Hey guys, so just going to show you a quick video on how to assemble the Boogey Bomb Trip Mine, which I designed and created. This file is available on Cults 3D. There'll be a link in the description. Just going to quickly show you how to assemble it, what you need, and its basic functions. I'll even include some videos at the end of the trip mine in action. So first thing you're going to need is these cap gun cartridges, readily available in a lot of shops, really cheap. It works out, depending on where you get them, about 10p a go. So it's really cheap to run, and it's quite loud, to be fair. When they all go off together, it makes quite a noticeable sound. So nobody should be able to call that they didn't get hit. So cap goes on, that gets inserted with the BB writing on the top for Boogey Bomb. Lighting's a bit poor here, apologies. Then we've got this bit, so I'll show you how to assemble this in a minute, but essentially you push it up and you push it to the back. When you look inside, you'll see it'll say arm, so you push it to the back there, and you push down the spoon on top, hold it in place, and you get your sear, and you're going to insert it into there, and that's going to hold it. I introduced this pin just to hold it in place there. So now when you're setting it up, getting the tension correct, it's not going to pull it. On the newer models, it's got a second hole here, so when you're ready to arm it, you can remove the cotter pin and you can store it on the side. That way it just makes it a bit easier, you don't have to worry about where you're going to keep it. So once you've got that, you're going to screw on the top. Again, make sure the cap inside is remaining flat, otherwise it's not going to work. And the main body, which is this bit here, is available in two options to print. You can print the end with the spikes, which will help insert into the ground, or you could print a version without the spikes. So if you're playing in an urban area, buildings, etc., you can still use it on a flat surface. And then what you do is you lift up this locking nut, the arms come down, and then the locking nut slides down, locks into place, and that keeps the arms secure in place. Obviously it's 3D printed, so too much force you probably will snap something, but it's more enough to stabilize it. So if you're in a building and you opted for the version without the spikes, you can lay something down on the arms, and that will keep it upright for you. There's not a lot of force required to pull this here, so you should be able to get away with just having something on the back just to keep it steady and straight. So once you've got that, I'm going to stab it into the ground. I'm going to take your spike or pitch, and you're going to get your desired length. You're going to unravel it, and then I've added this smaller bit here, so when you get to what the distance you want, you can use that just to add a little bit more tension at a time, just to get exactly how you need it. You can also use this bit here to hook it onto trees, or where I play there's a lot of pallets used for buildings, so you can hook that over, and then that'll allow you to use it in a lot more areas, and also you could raise the tripwire a bit higher off the ground if you need to, if you're worried about people stepping over it. So once you've got that, you're happy, you're going to remove the sear, the cotter pin. You would store it here on the new version, and then essentially when somebody walks by, bang, and that's it really. And then if you want to use it again, you open it up, you change your cap, pop it back in, push this back up, close it, and pop that in, and you're good to go again. So it literally takes seconds to arm it up again. So now I'm going to show you the steps on how to assemble it. Okay, so here we go. We have it all disassembled, ready to go. So this is the main body, and I want to just show, again, I don't know if you can't really see it because the lighting is really poor in here, apologies. There's actually a hole at the bottom here, and it vents out on the side. The idea was that it would help the sound. It wouldn't muffle the sound out too much. It allowed the sound somewhere to escape. These look slightly different, these ports on the newer version, and they're oval, just one oval one rather than two smaller ones. And again, as I say, this, you'll have a secondary hole for your storage of the cotter pin, and yeah, so you might just be able to see where it says arm. That's just to show which direction you need to push the bolt into, and then on the bottom here you've got arrows, which again shows which way you push this end of the bolt, and them being opposite ends. So first thing you want to do is it's up to you where you start. I'm going to start with the top bit. So you're going to take your M5 bolt, it's M5 by 50. Got mine from Amazon, a couple of pounds for a fair few of them. You're going to get this bit here. So it's got a chamfer on it. You want the narrower end to be at the bottom. This is going to help the bolt slip. So the idea is the only thing keeping that bolt in place is the bottom of this spoon. And it's going to be fighting against this, because what you don't want is for it to be stuck. Somebody pulls a sear and it doesn't go off. So I'm going to screw this on. First time it goes on, it'll be a bit tight. You might need to use some pliers and a screwdriver. Okay, and once you've got that on, you're going to need this bit, which is what's going to strike the cap. It's going to be at the bottom of the bolt. But first we need to slide on the spring. The spring's oxidized a bit, it's gone a bit rusty, but it's fine. So take the top, pop the bolt in for the top there. At the bottom we're going to put the spring on, and we're going to slide this bit onto the spring. And this bit now you're going to need a screwdriver. So I'll take a screwdriver and we're going to push on this end, bottom of the bolt, and just push the spring so that the bolt can screw into this lower part. And then we're going to keep going until the bottom of the bolt is flush with the bottom, like that. So now it should sit nicely up there, and then as soon as you let go, it slips. So just play around with it a few times, just make sure it's not catching. What can happen sometimes when you're screwing, as it becomes looser, this top bit, which is chamfered, it tends to rotate down the bolt, so it might need to be rotated back up. Play it a few times, sometimes it might need bedding in. Okay, so we've got that. Next you're going to take your spoon and obviously align the holes together. And for this you're going to need your M4 bolt. I've got an M4 by 30. You could probably get away with a 25 if you could find one, 25 mil, or trim a bolt down. Okay, so we've got that on now. Should be free movement, should be any resistance there. Once we've done that, we can put that to the side. Next step, we're going to take the main body and we're going to attach the arms. So just push them into place. Again, first time they might need a bit of persuasion, or just to, depends how good you clean them up, to be honest. But go in, give them a bit of a move around, loosen them up, and then you're going to get your M6 by 30 bolts, and you're going to screw them in there. Okay, so we've got all them on now. Just to make sure they're all free to move. And then what we're going to do next, before we screw the top on, we're going to take a lock-in nut. So the idea behind this was it can be used to both lock the arms in place using these bits here, and also when they're up, these bits here will hold the arms in place upright, so you can store it and it's not going to snap anything off. And of course it's going to fit into any admin pouches or whatever pouches you have on your kit. So these bits here, I'm going to locate down these channels, so like so. Should be free to move, and then what you're going to do is just make sure your arms are straight, and when they're straight, the locking nut should slide down and lock into the bottom. So as you can see here, that is going to stop your arms from being able to close. There will be a slight bit of movement, of course, for tolerances. It's not a perfectly tight fit, but it's enough to keep it secure from falling over. And then what you're going to do next is pop this inside, pop your cap gun cartridge on it, make sure the BB is facing upwards, screw this down, and there you have it. Your trip bomb is complete. As for the, just store this, so it's as easy as that to, when you want to assemble it, or it's ready to go and it's ready to be stored. So if you need to pick it up and run, you can do that. If you need to relocate, move your pin, pop it inside, and just take everything together and off you go. So for this, I've used some Teflon string. I find it's really good. It's got no elasticity in it, so, and it's strong. So that's it really. I'll show you some videos of how to set it up ready, and of the trip mine function. Okay, so we're going to assemble this real quick. I'm going to set it up. So first thing, open it up, pop your cap gun cartridge in there, make sure it's facing the right way, and then we're going to load up this ready. So we're going to remove the pin, push up onto the back, hold down the top firmly, and then pop in the sear. Then just for safety, pop in the cotter pin. Okay, screw that on. We're going to drop down the arms. That locks into place. And now we're going to go set it up. Trip mine set. All that's left to do is trip the wire. So there you have it. That's how you assemble the Boogey Bomb trip mine, the Airsoft Trip Mine. You see it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing too complex. Works really well, quick setup, quick to package away, so you can keep moving. It does fit inside the standard admin pouch. I'd imagine most pouches that you have on your kit should fit. It's not too bulky. So if you're viewing this video, I'm presuming you've either bought the file and you're looking to see how to assemble it, or you've come across the video and you haven't seen the file. If you do, the description's in the link is in the description below. Go check it out if you feel like purchasing it. If you don't have a 3D printer, then feel free to message me on there. We can discuss prices for I'll print some out and sell them. That'll also come with some spare pieces, just to, some of these pieces they do wear and tear. But yeah, that's about it really. Any questions, just give me a message here or any platform that you see the file on. Yeah, thank you. Goodbye.